We live in a time where there is so much musical notational software around that almost no one actually writes music down anymore, which I think is a real shame. There are so many advantages to actually having an ability to write music down. On the one hand, you know, we can write a note here or there or make up our own little exercise. It helps our students by the fact of writing it down. It helps our students to know music. It improves their sense of musicianship and their musical intuition. And if we begin to get them to actually create some music, of course, it has a tremendously broad effect. The act of creation itself is wonderful. And of course, they can use their musical imagination. So there are many reasons why going into doing a little bit of writing music down, doodling with music, can be so useful. The book itself is full of ideas, ideas to inspire little compositions. It's full of lovely pictures, which I hope will amuse but also motivate and inspire as well. And lots of opportunities to begin to learn how to notate music. It doesn't really matter, you know, what is notated. That's why it's called Musical Doodles. And in fact, it's where I started actually. I found the other day, this is my first manuscript book, which certainly has some doodles in it. And curiously, just 3 pages later, I'm into my Sonata number 1. But that clearly is a doodle as well. In a way, I suppose it is a book that teaches you to compose. But it's different from other compositional books because it doesn't have any rules. It does make lots of suggestions, but it doesn't have any rules because I really want to get our students to have a go and not feel restricted in any way. Here are 1 or 2 examples that have been produced by some youngsters that have had a go. And fascinating results come out of this. And I think that once they get a feel for it, rather than imposing rules on them, they want to start learning rules. How do I do this? How can I explore that? How can I develop this more? And at that point, maybe after we finish this book, we can start doing the rules. So let's make a link now between the Doodles book and the Basics book. I'm hoping that as a pupil gets to the end of stage 1, here's stage 1 from the clarinet version, that they will be encouraged to write their own piece. So we've been playing 3 notes, C, D and E. I want my people to have a go at writing them down. They're obviously quite simple to write down. And let's just doodle a piece. The pieces here, as you can see, they don't have any bars, they don't have any time signature or anything like that. They're just a sequence of these long notes. So let's have our pupil have a go at writing a sequence of long notes, maybe in a shape, which I've done here, saucer and rainbow, and then they give their particular shape a title, whatever it comes out as. And in a sense, you know, they've composed their first piece. It's an extension of the doodles really, but they've composed their first piece. And then there's a little composition idea at the end of each stage in the basic series. And what we're doing here is to encourage our pupils to use the ingredients that they've been learning in that particular stage to create their new piece. And as each stage goes on, they are cumulatively collecting a whole load of interesting ingredients, and hopefully their little compositions are going to get more and more sophisticated as they move forward. So creating our own music gives our pupils, gives us a terrific insight into what the music process is all about really. So do encourage your pupils to have a go.